Come on. Depot exit. Yes, depot exit. Why do you have to be there? So my choices are here or here. I think I'll go here. Now the hard part. Connecting. It connects! Huzzah, we did it. This blueprint book is the modular rail system. You can find it on Reddit. Look for the fixed versions. Yeah, there's a few versions of it. Try to find the one that has like fixed signals and stuff. Occasionally, like on the entrance. Did I just put an entrance? No. Because of course I didn't. Entrance. The entrance has a slight issue in that there is an extra signal that exists because if you're putting an entrance over a straight section, if you're just adding the entrance on top of a straight section, there will be an extra signal that was on the straight section. That's just how it overlays. And the same thing happens with the plus intersection, the T intersection. Granted, you should probably be avoiding using T, or not T, but plus intersections, four-way intersections, like the plague. Like, avoid this thing, like the plague, anytime of like, just in general, avoid this type of an intersection. Try to do something else rather than have this. It's better to have multiple T's than have multiple four ways. Because I think this thing on the ends, on occasion there might be something with the signals. I forget. It's been a while. It's been a while. Hey, an actual normal S-bend. An actual normal S-bend took care of that. Wow. Okay, I need a chain there and a regular here and here. And I, of course, will need to set a signal. Let's set it there. So now, if I have more than one train trying to load from this station, I might never really need to do that with the 12.5 per second throughput here, but if I ever do need to add another train here, it can sit here and not block anything else. That's why I have designed this like so. But that's Sulfur. Yeah, that's Sulfur. Just like a radar would be nice. Radar would be very nice, and then actually connect it to power. And then I have to assign the thingy. Yes, thingy. Being very descriptive today. Very descriptive. I have to assign this requester to the stacked coke. So now we see, hey, we've got 2 trains on their way. They will offload a single, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Wagon. That's the word I'm looking for. They'll offload one wagon. Once it's empty, it'll wait 5 seconds, then it'll move on. Because it'll be inactive. While it's here, I'm totally going to steal some to put some stuff into this. So this is a totally sulfur supply one. You will wait until there's full cargo. Now, I don't have the yard yet. We will need to build a yard for sulfur. And the coke is right here. It is nearly arrived. Welcome, coke. Give me some stuff. Actually, take the stuff. Give me some of this stuff. Yeah, give me some of this unstacked coke. I like the unstacked coke. Unstacked coke is awesome. And we should also see right behind is the other train. That is exactly as intended. Do I have the stretch for this? Nope. That's really dangerous. So, it has fuel. Welcome to the party, beautiful sulfur. Beautiful sulfur. Yeah, that's a bit of fuel value being used. But I've got fuel. I think I have coke. I think I've got a sufficient supply of coke to process this sulfur. A somewhat sufficient supply of coke to process this sulfur. So, 12 and a half. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Yeah, I guess I could at some point throw fuel rods on my trains. So yeah, this is the sulfur station. I mean, it could be for anything that just needs a coke in and just has an output. But regardless, that is that. I need a yard. That will be the very next thing, is setting up where I want to have the yard for this. Considering I'm probably going to tap this sulfur and maybe that one as well, I'm just going to try and find a somewhat centralized location for all the sulfur. So there's sulfur there, there's sulfur there. There's also like some way down somewhere here. So, I'm getting lost. Here, right up here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. If I wanted to have a centralized location, if I mined all of those, that would be actually like right in my mall. That'd be like my mall as the central spot between all of that. So probably right here. I think that's where the yard for sulfur will exist. Now, I do already have a blueprint for yards, so that will be fine. I'll just have to go and make more things. Make more things. Make more glorious things. Mine more sulfur. Sounds like a plan. Okay, let's go a little bit of a distance from there. Set our... Not you. You. Entrance... Sorry. Exit first. Rock finder works very well, thank you. Let's get rid of all these rocks. Thank you for telling me, Car, that that there are rocks that exist in that location. Car is very good at identifying where all the rocks are. That's the yard, right? But I want it to be oriented this way. I don't know how that spacing is gonna work. Did you not? Close enough. Close enough. And yes, I can add more as we go. If I need additional depots, depot stations, I can add them. Speaking of depot stations, yeah, these glorious things. You go away. Thank you. Alright, I usually have one pass-through, just in case. So, yellow, sulfur, depot 1. Doink, doink, doink. So there's 4. 4 glorious things. Just need an entrance now. Why does the entrance have to be there? Just need an entrance now. Removing the redundant signal. One more tile. There you go. And that, as they say, is that. 1, 2. Wow, that is just far enough to be a full train length. Good. Very good. Now all I need to do is be like, hey, when you have full cargo, go to the Sulfur Depot 1. Sometimes the trains do this, by the way. They circle back to the first station in the line, even if they are sitting in that line. Sometimes they do that. Don't really understand why. So it just did a big loop. Why do I design the way that I do? So that that can happen. So that this is a circle that the train can make. It doesn't have to go way off into the middle of nowhere just to get back to its own station. It can just do a nice little circle there. So I guess that's that. It'll very slowly fill. Probably because the stack size on Sulfur is 500. I think is the Sulfur stack size 500? Because that would explain why this will take literally forever for the thing to fill. I'm sure it's huge. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go up there and I'm going to put a limit on that train, on the cargo wagons. Because I really don't feel like having a train take 45 minutes plus, or even 30 minutes plus, just to fill the train. Especially when the maximum output currently, until I get access to the modules, which is going to take a long time, is 12.5 units per second. Of course, once I get access to magicals, yes, magicals, magical modules, that may change. That's actually very likely to change with access to modules. But for now, yeah, stack size 500. That explains it. So I cut the size for loading down to 4 units. That is 1/10 the amount of storage in those as a point of reference. Going down to 4 is useful because it makes the math a lot easier. So instead of taking like 30 minutes to load, now it takes 3. That would be a rock. So, how about doing more sulfur mining? That sounds like a plan. I need more sulfur. Even to get the 1 unit per second of rayon that I'm currently targeting, I need even more. Magic ore equals Nextlit. Yeah, that's actually somewhat true. I don't even know what Nextlit is supposed to, like, be. Because that's, like, what real-life equivalent is Nextlit even supposed to be? It seems to be this mythical thing. Just an ore for the sake of it, like a plate type for the sake of having an extra plate type. It doesn't seem like a real thing to me, as far as I'm currently aware. Especially since you don't really mine it at all. It's made out of tailings. It's like this byproduct ore type. You do a search on Google for Nextlit, you're gonna get pie mods rather than anything else of value. So I need this. I need this. I need like all of this in its own separate location as well. But I need that mined. How am I gonna get that? I'll extend this track out, I suppose. So let's head up there. I need more rail. Hey, I have more rail. Yay, I have rail. Thank you, car, for doing what I need you to do. Although, I do need inventory space as well, so take that. And that one. Yeah, I don't even know where the name of Nextlit comes from. It's like it's a pure fantasy material that doesn't actually exist. It's just something made up for the mod itself. One of a few things that are made up for the purposes of gameplay, but for the most part, things are real, based off of real processes. Which is why it's strange. It's why Nextlit is strange, is because the vast majority of stuff in PyMods are based off of real processes. It's like, well, what about this, though? This is like a completely fake type of ore that doesn't actually exist. Well, sometimes you just need to have something for gameplay purposes. Something purely for gameplay purposes. He needed an extra ore type. Anyway. Let's get this rail extended so we can mine more sulfur. I knew I wasn't even remotely going to get close to doing rayon today. I thought maybe I could get to doing, like, or at least starting the process of getting the plantations down for the fiber, but no, we're mining sulfur. That's what we're doing today. Today we're mining sulfur for rayon in the end, but it's going to require a lot more work than just this. I can tell you that for certain. Little bit further. Have to make sure there's enough room for the entrance and exit on the stations. Oh. Yeah, it would be nice if I actually had my nanobots. That'd be great. That would be fantastic, actually having nanobots. Do I have termite bots on me? No. Oh, I do. I do have a few. I should be using those. I should be using my termite bots. I haven't really shown off the power of the termite bots. The amazingness of termite bots. My car found a rock. Just, you know, announcement. The car has found the rock. The one rock in the middle of sand. The one rock, and my car found it for me. Thank you so much for that, my car. This is 7. Which is slightly annoying. Oh, it's 12, not 12 and a half. Excuse me. This will be 10 and a half. Yeah, this will be ever so slightly annoying. Because it's not going to be an even belt. Having that extra half a second means that it's never going to be an even belt. The best I can do would be to shove it all into a chest. I guess just a regular chest is fine. I don't need that big of a buffer. And then that'll give me an even belt out. Again, the way the loaders work is that it'll first do one lane and then it'll do the other lane. So it's not even that even to begin with, but it can be up to an even lane. Okay, where's that blueprint? You exist. You know, I would like this to be somewhat closer, even if that means having to extend the belt, the rail out a little bit more. So I will do that. Huzzah! Things! I need to make sure that these can get fed with glorious things. Do that, then go in, then go down. That's those. Hmm. I see. Time for all the spaghetti. Glorious and beautiful belt getty. That is not the spacing. That would not be the spacing either. That is the spacing. I could have used loaders. And not had to have dealt at all with any of the nonsense. Okay. Yep. That's what we're doing. We're doing this now. We are doing this now. Yep. So yeah, now I don't need any power poles whatsoever in any of this. Like, sure. That's fine. That works. That does work. As is. It'll also fill it up, fill these fuel containers really, really high. Full stacks of stuff. Alright, nanobots, do your business. Do the glorious things. I hope I have enough things. Point of reference, I hope I have enough things. To do this. Also, I don't think that this radar will ever get placed. Yeah, that radar will not place because that's a function of using the yes, I know it has a same name. It's a function of having the Big Brother mod installed. The way that the Big Brother mod works is it replaces a radar with another type of entity. This isn't actually the same entity. Yeah, see the name there is called Big Brother Radar RA5 RE2. That's how that mod handles the tech levels, I think, on the radars. It's tech levels for the quote unquote upgrades to the radars. Is it replaces all radars with better versions of radars, depending on what tech level you have of the radars. Yes, they are unpowered loaders with the Deadlocks mod. So you are not supply 1, you are officially supply 2. Ta-da! And you are the Sulfur 2 Coke request. How easy is that? It's pretty simple. That would be pretty simple. And just connect this line. And we're done. Imagine if productivity modules and radars increased range. Well, you know, the Big Brother mod increases range. That's the point of Big Brother. It adds text that gives you increased range on radars and increased scanning speed on radars. So it helps reveal the map a lot faster, and it helps keep the map revealed in much larger areas than by default. And it has a lot of tech levels. In fact, I will need blue science, I think, before I can get any more. If I have any more. Or actually, I need a prereq that's blue science before I can get any more. Yeah, the range here will require productivity modules, which is going to require circuit 2s. So the way that this tech line works with this mod is you're basically doing productivity in radars. That's basically what you're doing, right? Without actually adding the productivity modules. Those 3 rocks. Thank you so much, my car, for telling me about the rocks. Much appreciated. Letting me know about the rocks. This would be the exit. Of course it's there or there. Note that the names on the blueprint are well, that's not good. The names on the blueprint are from the perspective of did that really do what I thought it did? Did this big, like, loop around? It's from the perspective of the depot, not from the main line. There we go. That works. That works, and it's not stupid. So from the perspective of the depot, that is the depot's exit. It is not the exit ramp to a depot. No, it is the exit from the depot onto the highway. Okay, now remembering that I need to continue to extend this with regular rail segments. 2 lanes straight. Now, as far as I can tell, the 2-lane setup here is going to work quite well for a very long time. It will take a very large volume of trains before having 4 lanes will become a necessity. And even then, it will not be required for everything. Yep, right there. That should be fine. Have ourselves a little S-bend. A little bit more than an S-bend, apparently. That works. Then I should signal this, even though I don't necessarily need to. The volume of trains going through here will be low enough that that's not exactly as necessary. This will need power, and it will need to have the requester signal assigned. And it will need a train. So yeah, you will need to pull that. Oh really, you can't reach. I say otherwise. I think I'll just add that and be done with it. Well, 4 lanes only needed for rail-based megabases. Yeah, well, guess what? The plan is that this will be a 1 science per second base with Pyanodon's mods, which, if you played through Pyanodon's mods, you would know that just getting to any amounts of space science in Pyanodon's mods is a megabase. Can basically be defined as a megabase. Just getting through the Pi suite is a megabase, let alone what you need to do more than that. There's power. So now, again, we should start seeing requests for Coke. This will offload into the thing. I will need a train. I should bring the car down. So yeah, the 1 science per second will be a base large enough where there will likely need to be segments of the track that will need to be 4 lane. Some stuff will get to be high enough volume that will warrant the upgrade. Probably this segment right here will be one of those segments. With time, that will need to be upgraded to 4-way. Just this segment here, this down here, like this whole vertical area. Stuff to and from the Coke, for example. That would be a thing. Would you not? Ah! Twice in one stream. I almost die. Twice in one stream. That was not close enough for some people, I'm sure.